Howdy folks, today we're going to program the 5900S series softener. First thing we do is when we plug it in, it's going to tell you what the computer revision code currently is, C2.08, and then it's going to flash fairly quickly between the time of day and the gallons that are remaining on the softener. Before you press any buttons, wait until it's going back and forth between the gallons remaining and the clock time. Don't press it while it still says the revision code. So we need to set the menu parameters. There's two menus here, the first menu, if you will, and then the main menu. The first menu is where we set the clock time and the hardness value. And to access that, all you have to do is press and release the menu enter button, and the clock time will start flashing. In order to change the clock value, currently it says 12:22. Let's go ahead and change it to 1 o'clock. So we press the set change button, the ones place starts flashing on and off. Let's get it up to a 0. Alright, and then we can press the enter button. Now we go to the tens place, and while it's flashing we can set change, press the set change. Whoops, went too far. And 5, now 0, okay, and menu enter goes to the next one, and press it to 1. So that's basically how the value when it's flashing, you can change it, and then to accept it and to go to the next value, you hit the menu enter button. When you're all done, it's all flashing, and when you hit the menu enter button again, it's going to go to the next thing. So now it's 1 a.m., let's say, no, it's really 1 in the afternoon right now, it's 1 p.m., so now we've got the clock time set for 1 p.m. This is the hardness value, whatever the hardness on your water test report is, and maybe bump it up a grain or two, especially if you have some iron in your water. So let's just go ahead and say 20 grains of hardness is what we want. So we press the menu enter button, and now it's going back between the clock time and the gallons remaining, which we'll get to how it gets that there. The next thing that we're going to do is go into the master programming, press and hold both buttons, and after a bit it'll go to R for regeneration. So what time is it going to regenerate at? We're going to have it regenerate at 2 o'clock in the morning. You can have it change to any whole hour, 1 through 12, and AM or PM that you want. You always want them to regenerate when nobody's using water. 2 a.m.'s fine. This is A value is the day override, which is how many days, if you go too many days and you're not using very much water and it's not going to regenerate based on gallons, after a certain number of days it should regenerate anyway. 18 days is good for a 1 or a 1.5 cubic foot softener. Probably do it for 14 days on a 0.75 and maybe 21 or 24 days on a larger system. So we like the 18 days. We're going to go to the next one. Now we have our 4 cycle steps that the valve does when it goes into a regeneration. The first one is the backwash, and that one actually wants to be set at 8 minutes. So we hit the set change button, and the ones place flashes. Now we can change it. Now we've got it up to 8. It goes over to the next place. We don't need to change that one. Hit the menu enter. Now it's all going on, and so now we can go to the next one. 2 is 60 minutes. That's the brine draw, and 60 minutes is what we want that at. 3 is the rapid rinse. First it washes the media, then it sucks in the new salt to recharge it, and now it's going to rinse the excess salt away. That's for 6 minutes. And then the last cycle step is you got to refer to your guide, depending on the size of your system, is how many minutes you're going to set that to return the water to the brine tank for the next regeneration. Okay, the next parameter is what is the capacity of the system. A 48K or a 1.5 cubic foot system is a pretty common one. So 48K is what the capacity of this is. The capacity divided by the hardness gives us our gallons run, and then we also put in a safety factor, which is the letter P, and I've got a 10% safety factor. So I had 48K, 48,000 divided by 28 grains of hardness is 2,400 gallons. Now I'm going to subtract 240 gallons from that. That's on the idea that if you run out of gallons right after it is supposed to backwash, it's going to be almost another 24 hours before it'll backwash again, and so you want to have some capacity left over to still provide softened water. You can adjust the P factor from 1% all the way up to 50%, but generally 10% is probably something that's going to give you generate a number that's about 300 gallons a day or less, because most people don't use more than that in a day. So the next ones are your Bluetooth. If you get your iPhone or your iPad and go online and download the Legacy app, then you can enable the Bluetooth feature, which allows you to read all of these values from your remote device, from your iPad or your iPhone. So the Bluetooth enabled, 1 means on, 0 means off, and the Bluetooth phone protocol hookup, that's your code, which you understand when you download the app, and then you're back out of the programming. So now the number of gallons remaining is 2,400 minus 240 based on 20 grains of hardness divided by the 48K system capacity. And that's how you program it, folks. Thanks.